Hey there, Griever Gang. Welcome back to Griever Productions, day 3 of the Killing Voice week. I'm here with Red Velvet's Killing Voice. I'm very excited to see this one, another all-girl group. We don't see many of these, to be completely honest, so I am very excited to see how this goes. So, this one is a little bit on the longer side as far as Killing Voice videos go, so I suppose we just get into it. Before we begin, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help. If you have not subscribed, I'd highly appreciate it if you did so. A special thank you to all my Patreon members listed here, and there'll be more ways to help the channel if you like what we do at the end. So without any further ado, let's have a listen to Red Velvet and their Killing Voice video.
둘, 셋. 해피니스! 안녕하세요. 레드벨벳입니다.
They were almost in harmony when they said whatever they said.
안녕하세요. 레드벨벳입니다.
That's kind of funny.
저희가 드디어 킬링 보이스에 왔습니다. 네, 저희가 이번에 정규 3집 7킬로 컴백했는데요. 여기가 어디죠?
킬링 보이스!
와, 미쳤다 이거는.
이럴 수가.
와우.
네, 그럼 저희의 데뷔곡인 행복부터 시작하겠습니다. Let's go.
Go.
Sometimes you gotta be bold. Just rock the world. Booyah! La 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 la. La 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 la.
Oh my!
고민도 와불꿀한 기분 change up. 힘을 내려고 with your wind up. 한 방에 멋진 일이 가 straight up. 난 내다 style up. 기분 업되는 일에 집중. 내가 행복하게 사는 비결을 좀 말해볼까. 아침에 난 잠일 때 엄마께 사랑한다고 말해. 아유 착한 내 따라 줄줄 나를 따라온 happy가 너무 귀여워서 행복해. 이것만
Okay.
안 돼. 이런
Interesting. Okay, so something that I've mentioned in a couple of Killing Voice videos at this point. I love the microphones. I love the clarity of these microphones. I do have an issue with the size of them and the size and how imposing the pop filters are. And the reason that I say this is because you can't really see sometimes who's singing. Like, if I'm talking to you like that, yeah, sure, you know that I'm talking because you can see a little bit of my mouth moving. Let's do this, okay? Let's say there was a person next to me, and they potentially could be talking, but, you know, it's harder to tell, right? A similar thing goes here, where I want to know exactly who's singing what when I'm watching these videos, and the way that they cut them, and I understand why they cut them this way. They cut them so that the person that is doing the main vocal at any one point is the forefront, is the focal point. So I completely understand that. But I do wish there was a version for people like myself who want to see all of them at all times to see who is and who isn't singing, because there also is that issue of not knowing, because I know nothing about this group aside from their name, whether or not everything is being sung legitimately here live, or if there's things on the track. So I'm kind of learning all of that as I'm going, so it would be nice to kind of see that. But I get why they do it. Beggars can't be choosers, obviously. But the harmony work has been very interesting. I'm assuming that they are all, in fact, singing at this particular point, and it's not on a track. It has been very crisp and very, very well done. There's been some very interesting effects put on the voice that make it that make the changes kind of mechanical, and I don't mean mechanical in a bad way, I just mean the phrasing of everything is absolutely on point, and it's important to be on time with whoever you're singing a harmony with. Actually, let me take that a step back. If you're singing a harmony with somebody, and somebody's singing the melody, somebody's singing the harmony over the top, and you've got to change notes, you need to make sure that you're constantly changing them together, otherwise it sounds sloppy. They have done a very, very good job at ensuring that everything is done. Oop, the mic's a little bit close to me apparently, and I've just hit it. But they've done a very, very good job of ensuring that it is all timed perfectly. Very well done.
어른들이 짠해 보여 그들은 정말 행복하지 않아
기쁜 일이 멋진 일이 세계는 참참참 많은데라
그런 머니 그런 파워 우리는 관심도 끊어버리자 달라 나는 좀 해보고 싶은 그냥 하고 말지 고민하다가 어른이 되면 후회 많이 찬다
어제 오늘 내일도 행복을 찾는 나의 몸이기 달라 나는 좀 끈적이 힘을 나는 믿고 있지
Very well done on that harmony. Interesting point here. Interesting case here of using a mixed voice. So we talk about registers. You've got your chest voice. You've got your mixed voice, which hangs in between your chest voice and your head voice. Or falsetto, whatever people like to use. There is a difference between the two, but some people do use the term synonymously, which isn't technically correct, but, you know, we go with what we're given, right? Now, this person on the far left here, it sounded like she was belting in chest voice, okay? But you can hear that there is a slight tonal change from what she was singing before. What she was singing, there's a line before where you can hear that chest voice and how she sings, but then she's gotten into this part of the voice, which is giving it that more kind of belted sound, but doing it in a way that is incredibly safe, right? When it comes to people wanting to learn to belt, it's not always the case. How do I say this? There are voices that can do it. There are voices that will never be able to do it. There are voices that can learn to do it. And it's very important to nurture those voices accordingly. And if somebody wants to be able to belt, there are definitely exercises you can give them to do so. But usually what will happen, or at least how I do it, because there are... Look, there's always dangers when you sing. The only way to avoid any form of damage to your voice is to not sing at all, okay? There's no, 100% foolproof way of singing. And if any teacher tells you otherwise, they're lying to you. It is not the case. For instance, take Adele. I'm not a huge fan of Adele personally. It's just not a kind of genre that I'm into. But she has an incredibly good technique and an incredibly good voice. She still ended up with polyps on her voice. These things can happen. People like Steven Tyler of Aerosmith ended up with nodules on his voice, despite the fact that he still uses incredibly good technique. These are things that can happen. If they're going to happen, they're usually going to happen. What we try to do is minimize the risk, and in order to minimize the risk of doing damage in a belting way, what I would do personally is kind of guide them towards using the mixed voice as this person has, because it's still got that power. It is still wonderful to listen to. It is a very interesting way of doing it, and yes, it takes more stamina, but in the long haul, it does protect the voice a little bit. While again there's no foolproof way of protecting the voice, it is the better way to go about it. She did a very, very good job of this, and I want to hear that whole section again. And very good resonance. Okay, so there's things in the track. Good to know. What does this song remind me of? What does this remind me of? The start of this reminded me of something, and it's feeling nostalgic. I cannot think of the name of the song, but I can hear it. It's very heavily inspired. I don't know which one came first, but very close, very interesting. Sorry, I need to hear that run again. Yeah! Interesting, very quick steps. Brilliant harmony. I'm digging this.
네, 다음 곡은 예리가 합리하고 첫 1위를 하게 된 곡입니다.
네.
Okay, something I want to bring up, right? I'm seeing this a lot. The first mini album, okay? And and we saw this with the previous group as well. Who was it? NCT Dream. They had a lot of mini albums. Is this a normal thing now? I actually don't know. It may be something that we don't do very much in Western music, and when it comes to pretty much anywhere else in the world at this particular point in time, I'm still very ignorant to what kind of happens. So let me know in the comments, because I'm interested at the concept of these mini albums that I'm seeing. And what's the difference? Like, is it like an album will be what? Like 8 to 10 songs, maybe 12 if you're lucky. Like, what's a mini album? Like 4 to 6? That sort of general area. Let me know. I need to hear that spoken section again. There was almost harmony there.
Ice cream, you scream, give me that ice cream, you scream, give me that ice cream, you scream.
There's not, but it's close.
Pops 내 입안에 녹아내리는 중 잔뜩 넣은 내 입안이 녹아내리는 줄 Baby boy 다른 남자들은 아무것도 몰라 You so fine so 안 튀는 옷만 골라 Never get me wrong my blue have no 관심 in the back 집어넣은 화부터 스모까지 man I wanna pass 날 보는 이 시선에 say some goodbye 기분 좋은 느낌이야 너와 눈이 마주치는 순간 Give me that, 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 give me that ice cream 난 그만 ice cream cake 오직 날 기다리면 촛불을 켜줄게요
The harmony work is so good.
녹아버리기 전에 내게 입 맞춰줘요 It's so tasty Come and chase me 못 참겠어 Ice cream, you scream Give me that, your lips
Okay. Yeah, see the third mini album. Please let me know about that. But there's a there is an issue that I'm having, okay? I'm loving the harmony work, and what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue to do this, is I'll point out when the harmony work is good. The issue is, I can't tell at times, because it was obvious from a point earlier that there's vocal in the track that they are singing to. I don't know what is track and what is them, which is unfortunate. Either way, the harmony work is good. Actually, it's really good, but it's just differentiating the two. So I'm trying to give credit where it's due, but I am finding that part difficult.
다음은 러시안 룰렛입니다.
Hang on. I want to focus on this voice for a second. Give me a moment. Okay, there's something so interesting about that voice to me, okay? And the thing that I'm finding so intriguing is that, now this is going to start, the start of this sentence is going to sound bad, but let me explain. Almost the roboticism of what she's singing and how she's singing. And I don't mean that badly. What I mean is, there is no hint of vibrato in that line at all, which, I'm going to be completely honest, is unusual. Now, the reason I say it's unusual, when you're learning to sing, we teach what vibrato is, but we try to get vibrato to happen in a kind of natural resonance sort of way. Yes, vibrato can be turned on, and off, rather. It is difficult, to say the least, to turn it off to such a point that there's no hint of it at all. And the only time that it kind of happens is in a studio recording when you're hearing a playback with, say, auto-tune or something, because auto-tune will, like, just blanket brushstroke the vibrato out. In a lot of cases, if you don't hear vibrato at all, it's usually because that vibrato is kind of like, so if it's a wave like that, like a really small wave, it basically flattens out that line. But to hear it here in a live setting is very unusual, and I really like it. I think it is brilliant. So far.
저희가 굉장히 즐겁게 놀았던 노래죠. 네. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Zimzalabim. I'm gonna 좋다. 지치지 마. 내 바라봤자 꿈이 아니야. 나 꺼내 진짜 네 맘을 봐. wanna tell me 신나는 하루 만들어볼까 내 모나치고 위로 걱정은 모두 던져
That was a very interesting harmony there. I need to hear that. I need to hear that harmony again. Hang on. How many parts were in that? Was it 3? It was either 2 or 3, but I think it was 3. It's a very unorthodox harmony, and I love hearing things like that. It's really cool.
Zimzalabim, 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 zimzalabim. 빛 가득한 눈을
Lovely. This is so interesting. I've just realised something. Okay, so here's something that, look, I'm going to say something, and it may be completely wrong, okay? And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But what I'm seeing here is a very interesting combination of vocalists. Now, the reason that I say this, when it comes to vocals, there are basically two types of people, and there is a spectrum between them, okay? So you've got the reactive singers that are... That singing is almost like a reflex to them, okay? They have learned it so well, or... and then there's two people in that kind of category as well. There's the people that have learned it so well that it has become muscle memory, and then there's the people that are so nonchalant about it that they just let rip and let it go and do whatever, right? And they're the ones you've got to rein in sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You don't want, obviously, them to do damage to their voices if they're just going to go off half-cocked with, like, half of the technique, right? And you know, actively foregoing the rest sort of thing. On the other end of that original spectrum are the very cerebral singers, where every thought is happening here, and you can see it. So far, what I'm seeing is 1, 2, 3, reactive, 1 and 2, cerebral. And you can kind of tell, even in the way that they move, that these three here are just kind of doing the movements. Because they're like, yep, cool, we're going to go in and have fun with it. And these two are kind of going, no, voice first. And it's interesting because in these sorts of cases, now assuming that I'm right, okay, in these particular cases, there are some times where the more cerebral singers, some people will look at them and go, oh, they're not as entertaining on stage. But you've got to understand that is how some singers work. IU, to me, seems like a very cerebral singer, as an example. But let's go back. I hope you'll see what I mean. It's quite interesting. Let's go back about here. See what I mean? And to clarify, nothing against either end of that spectrum, by the way. Everyone's different.
내 차 탈 사람. 한 명만 되는데. Excuse me, baby. 놀라지 말고 이 차에 훌쩍 달래요. 처음 본 순간 느낌이 왔어. 같은 걸 원해. 우리 떠나요. Hey. 따라해봐.
Can I just point out though, right? I'm pretty sure this is the person that I was like, that's really interesting. There was no vibrato at all in that one line. I can't remember now if this was the person. I'm pretty sure it was. But have a listen to the resonance and the vibrato on that last word here. Oh, it's crisp. Oh, it's real crisp.
달라진 거지 장난치고 떠들다 보니 Hey wow 친해졌어 자 어디로든 달려가 Excuse me baby Excuse me 어디로 가죠 이 차에 훌쩍 달래요 여름은 우리 좀 바꿔놨죠 와 벌써 왔어 바다야
Again, brilliant harmony work. Sorry, I caught myself, I was pulling some weird faces in that. Was that part of an anime? And I don't want that to sound like I'm generalizing or anything. I'm sure I've heard that, and I'm sure it was an anime opening. Unless it's, like, there's been a couple of songs that I've listened to through the Killing Voice stuff that kind of got really, like, used a lot on, like, TikTok and Instagram. So I'd be interested to find out. That... Maybe it was that, but I'm sure I've heard that somewhere.
이 노래는 레드벨벳 콘서트에서 절대로 빠질 수 없는 그런 곡이죠.
맞아요.
여러분들도 정말 즐겼으면 좋겠습니다. 바로 You Better Know.
어두운 밤이 지나 빛을 품은 새벽이 잠을 깨우고
세상은 분주하게 너를 맞을 준비한 눈부시도록.
Can I just point out, right? This person that's in the middle here, I don't know if it's a case of I haven't been paying much attention to her yet, or if she hasn't really had too much kind of spotlight yet. Hang on, let me change this light. I look like Alphaba. This just break out defying gravity out of nowhere. But she has such an immaculate tone. Like this line here, I could listen to her sing like this for hours. And same with her as well.
세상은 분주하게 너를 맞을 준비한 눈부시도록.
There's something so nice about that. And I think it's I think it's to do with her, like, natural resonance, like where her voice resonates in here. But it's also got that, like, a little bit of a breathy sort of sound to it. That's wonderful. Not everybody can pull off a breathy tone when they sing.
처음에 설레임 빛나던 이 끌림 지금은 어디쯤에 있는지
이 심장을 뛰게 했던 소중한 꿈이 날 부를 때 포근하게 나담싸줄래 이 노래 들어줄래 You better know 눈부신 빛을 따라 하루를
Wow. Sorry, the way that she just gets into that spot there is really amazing. Now, I want to kind of bring this up because credit where credit is due, and she absolutely deserves credit here, is getting into that place in the voice, A, not easy, B, takes a hell of a lot of work, and C, it takes even more work to utilize it in such a way that it doesn't feel like you're changing gears and to make it sound like it is one coherent voice. I've used the analogy before of, like, driving stick shift. And I made the mistake of saying that, you know, a lot of people probably don't know what a stick shift is. Little did I realize that's a complete Australian thing, because they seem to be very much kind of weaning out manual cars here, what we call manual cars or stick shift. So I don't know in the rest of the world. It is very much like when you are changing gears. Like, there can be, let's see if I can demonstrate it. Hang on. I can't off the top of my head. Because the thing is, most singers, you hear a very distinct You hear a very distinct change in that voice, whereas hers feels so coherent from chest voice to that mixed voice. It is stunning. It is brilliant. I love that voice. And the way she utilizes it, the technique is something to be absolutely...
You better know 눈부신 빛을 따라 하루를 그려
absolutely applauding. Seriously.
이런 날 기다려온 세상이 있어. So are you ready or not? 이 순간을 놓치지 마. 시간이 흘러가잖아. Tick tock, tick tock. You better know. 언제나 너의 곁에 내가 있을게.
They've all got incredible ranges too.
여름하면 뭐다?
빨간맛 궁금해하니 깨물면 점점 녹아든 스트로베리 그 코너 캔디샷.
Again, there's that harmony work. So, I know I keep harping on about their harmony work, but it's really, really good. And the thing is too, with a group like this, my kind of philosophy on it is, if you've got this many people and this many people with phenomenal voices, utilize that harmony work, utilize that which other groups can't because they don't have the talent to. And the thing is, right, they don't do very many harmonies, but when they do, they are brilliant. And I feel like it's a case of that. In this case, like in Red Velvet's case, specifically as a whole, they are not overstating their harmonies. They're not overusing them. They are just picking the right moments. Because every time that I'm kind of like, oh, it'd be really nice to have a harmony here, they immediately come in with a harmony. It is really interesting, and I love it.
내가 제일 좋아하는 건 여름 그밤. 야간 나무 끈을 아래 줄고 싶고 뜨거운 여름밤에 바람은 불고 너무 쉽게 사람 빠져버릴 19. 우린 잡아 어울리고 돌아져. 좋아 저 눈에 반해버린 네가 자꾸만 생각나. 식대로 갈래. Hey, 빨간맛 궁금해하니 깨물면 점점 녹아든 스트로베리
Like there. Brilliant. Brilliant utilization of harmony there.
주술의 썰미수분 내게 주고픈 칵테일을 brew 랩 기성쟁 코가 맹생사 그 이상 기분 up and bang 랩 But you wanna dance like this 먼저 보자 좋아해요 솔직히 긴장이 나거든 귀엽지 사랑에 빠져 그냥 우리 랩 다른 애도 알아주면 안 돼 내 맘은 더 커져가는데 다 헤어버린 아이스크림 같이 이러다 녹을지 몰라
3/5 harmony there, I think. Beautiful. The harmony work is so well thought out. And that transition into her falsetto there. I know I keep focusing on her voice, right? The reason it astounds me so much is not because of the range, it's not because it's loud, not because of that belt. The techniques involved are not easy, and she's absolutely mastered them by the sounds of it. And that's not to say that the rest of the girls aren't great. They have such phenomenal voices, don't they? Oh my god.
네. 이제 분위기를 바꿔볼까요?
네, 이제부터 벨벳입니다.
Oh gosh 난리야
Oh gosh.
완전한 좀 기분 파 금방 또 사랑에 빠져 Yeah 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 yeah
새것만 좋아해요. 반짝거리죠. 다들 그렇잖아요. 맞죠?
피카부 설렐 때만 사랑이니까 라라라라라
내 친구 모두 소리쳐는 정말 문제야.
I'm fine, 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 fine.
피카 피카부 피카 피카부 흥이 나냐
Something else I'll mention in a minute too.
그런 나라구
라라라 피카부.
수많은 정해졌어 재밌을 거야 끼워줄게 저기 잠들지 말걸 이 시간까지 노는 거야 수많은 나로 정해졌어 재밌을 거야 네가 좋아 저기 잠들지 말걸 이 시간이
I love this section here. Okay, sorry. I love that section. Now the reason I want to stop and point out this section here, right? They've probably done this before in this video, but as you guys know, I watch these as a first reaction. So sometimes I don't catch everything straight away, but I love that section due to the fact that they utilize in such a very, very good way that group harmony work whilst changing who the soloist is, doing I'll say improvisations over the top. I don't believe they are an improvisation at the time. I'm sure they are doing what they've done on the studio versions, but I'll still call them improvisations anyway. And it's such a skill. It's such a skill to be able to have a group singing in such unison that nothing feels out of place. And I know that sounds weird. If one person is a beat out, it makes the whole thing fall apart. And they are doing such a good job of just maintaining that rhythm, the melodic changes, the harmony changes, the note changes in general. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh my god.
Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo.
Hey.
Ooh, ooh,
Hey.
hula 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 boy.
I love that beat. Is that just a synthesizer?
I like that. 내 호기심을 자극하지. 어색한 스타일인 걸. 입은 무슨 신경 쓰는 한순간. 관심 없는 말투. I like that. 외면을 봐도 끌려.
How simple.
도도한 날 웃게 하잖아. 알잖아 요즘 내가 날 보는 시선 너도 느껴가.
홀린 듯 날 따라와. 모두 환호해. 너도 곧 안타깝게도 넌 내 얘기를 해볼까. 너무 쉽게 놓지 마. 재미없잖아. 거기서 놀려볼까. 쉽게 bad boy down. 지금부터 bad boy down.
See, here's the thing. That very simple harmony there would have been very easy to screw up. And the reason that I say that is because it is it's so out of the blue. And I don't know if there was even a cue note for the harmony there, but they had to come in at exactly the right time, at exactly the right note, no sliding, no nothing. They had to be right on it. And that is brilliantly done.
지금부터 bad boy down.
Stunning. Now, something that I loved about that last song is the simplicity of that track. The music was very much only that beat. I guess they were programmed drum. They sounded programmed drums to me, which is fine. And then that, I don't know what that was making that sound. I'm going to assume it was some form of synthesizer, just doing the which I am going to assume is the arpeggiated chord. So what that means is, let's say for instance you're playing a C major chord. You usually play all three notes together. So C, brain, hang on, C, E, and G. Yep, C, E, and G. And then you are, to arpeggiate the chord, or play the arpeggio of the chord, you're doing each note individually. So C, E, and then G as a separate thing. Da, da, da. And then I assume that fourth note was the octave. Da, 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 da. I assume that's what happened there. And that is all it pretty much was for the entirety, and it was so simple. And then what you had were these intricate harmonies filling out the rest of the accompaniment. That was really, really nice. I loved that. That, so far, I think is my favorite song of theirs.
Yeah. Psycho.
우린 참 별나고 이상한 사이야.
Ooh.
서로를 부서지게 그리고 또 껴안아.
그리곤 또 껴.
That's the only time that I've heard her do a gear change. Hang on, you'll hear it.
서로를 부서지게 그리고 또 껴안아.
How you hear that gear change there? That absolutely confirms to me mid voice to chest voice. Very, very nice. Even that was not like a huge gear change, and that's the whole purpose. Singers like Steve Perry, singers like Stevie Wonder, they have this uncanny ability to go from one into the next without like so much as like a remote gear change. Now, Stevie Wonder is a really interesting example of that, because he wasn't as good at it in his earlier years. It's not until he really changed his vocal style that he managed to really get that gear change right, and you can hardly tell now, and he's still doing it. He's still doing it. See, this is what I mean. There's no surefire way to keep your voice, but there are definitely ways to help prevent damage and that sort of thing. So let's get going.
You got me feeling like a psycho, 우리 보고 말해 자꾸 다시 안 불 듯 싸우다가도 붙어 다니니 말야. 이해가 안 간대, 웃기지도 않대. 맞아, psycho. 서로 좋아주는 바보. 너 없인 어지러.
Okay, I'm going to talk about vibrato again. Oh my god. This girl here, the second from the left here, her control over her vibrato is unparalleled. And I mean that when it comes to anybody that I have seen on this channel. And I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that. I'm pretty confident. There's nearly 300 videos on this channel, and I'm pretty sure that in every single one of them, there is not a person that has vibrato control like this person. If I were a betting man, I would put money on it. But I'm not. I have no money to bet on it anyway. But to hear this voice go from no vibrato to gorgeous vibrato to having some of the most intense vibrato, like she sounded like a bird here, and like, and not in any form of like. So, I'll say why I'm laughing, and it's the Australian in me, because back before political correctness, if you brought a woman home as a man, it didn't matter what age you were or anything like that, and you brought them to your family or whatever, they were your bird. It's like, oh yeah, did you see that bird down the pub? I hated it. I always hated it. Even as a kid. Even as a kid when it wasn't accepted, but it was more accepted, I suppose. I hated it. But the way that I said she sounded like a bird, that just broke me because I felt like I was that person. But no, she sounds like a literal bird with that vibrato. It is absolutely stunning. Listen to this again. She has such control over that vibrato, it's insane.
이 노래는 저희 레드벨벳이 정말 좋아하는 노래 중에 한 곡입니다.
네.
7월 7일.
오래된 소리와 그날의 멈춘 날
I mean, now it's gone.
시간보다 더
Until that, the end of that line. Cerebral. Oh, I need to hear that harmony again. That whole descent there. Oh, far out, man. Oh, stunning. Interesting chord there. I'm gonna annoy a lot of people here. For some reason, that song reminded me of a song called You Are My Rose. Now the song, you might not find it unless you look up the soundtrack for a movie called The Room. For some reason, there was something in there that reminded me of that song. Now, to be clear, maybe do go and watch The Room. As far as movies go, I love a bad movie. I love a bad movie. The Room, Tommy Wiseau, not Room with Brie Larson, 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 not that Room, The Room, Tommy Wiseau, Wiseau. Go and watch that movie. Awful movie, and do not watch it with kids in the room. And just as a warning, there is nudity in that movie. It is a bad movie. But the song "You Are My Rose" that is in that movie reminded me of that song, and I hate myself for that. I hate that it reminded me of that.
How do you like this to be? It's natural and automatic for you.
Yay.
한량없던 왜 내 맘을 감싸 안아 채우고 있어 처음엔 몰랐던 It just comes automatic 아주 작은 몸짓에 감각들이 움직여 It just comes so natural It just comes automatic 매일 기다리던 환상에 어느새 내 심장은 숨쉬고 있어 내게 잠시 흐트러진 소리가
Everything's reminding me of something else now.
모두 말하게 됐어 따뜻한 이 velvet skin 빛이 살짝 앉은 lips 비에 젖은 듯한 ice 모두 아름다워 포근한 네 손 옅게 짓는 미소 너란 세상에서 모두 아름다워 I love the way 내 맘을 감싸 안아 채우고 있어 처음엔 몰랐던 It just comes automatic 아주 작은 몸짓에
What incredible harmony work.
It just comes so natural It just comes automatic
stunning.
찰나의 순간에 내 안을 파고드는 눈빛에 아무도 모르게 감춰둔 마음을 빼앗긴 채
아득한 꿈속에 펼쳐진 길을 거니는 듯해
단 한 번도 날 어루만져 준 적 없는 감정인걸
촉촉한 말들로 몰래 내 맘을 적시고 또 새내시 흘러만 쏟지는 여백 없이 내 눈을 막게 하
Ooh, go back a second. Go back a second here.
몰래 내 맘을 적시고 또 새내시 흘러만
Na-da-da-da. That transition there for the single note, that was beautiful.
몰래 내 맘을 적시고 또 새내시 흘러만
Something interesting about that. That got the happy juices flowing.
또 다른 세상을 보게 된 기분
용기 내어 다가선 그때
발을 내딜수록 깊어져 나를 잃은 채 이끌려 끝없이 빠져들어 Baby I will you till kingdom come 꿈에서 깨지 않을래 Baby 영원토록 I got you you got me baby Love you till kingdom come
Wow.
I got you, you got me. I got you, you got me.
I love you till kingdom come.
Wow. The last two songs have been really interesting because they've reminded me of different things. So the one previous to this one had a keyboard line that reminded me of the keyboard line in I Can't Go For That by Hall & Oates. This one is very reminiscent of, like, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s soul. Like soul singers. Wonderful.
네, 이 노래는
눈 감으면 사라질까 단일 쳐도 아쉬워 난 이대로 있어줘 눈이 감겨 약속한 것만 간절히 네가 내가 가득하게 쌓여 꿈을 안겨 더없이 따뜻한 이
The vocal control's crazy.
Oh baby 난 알것 같아
이제야 알 것 같아
사랑에 빠진
같은
두
꿈을
사람 꿈만 같아 기다린 첫눈과 선물같이 우리 참 졸라
Their vocal runs are crazy. Like the control between each note.
네, 이 곡은
Wonderful.
우리 레드벨벳이 수록곡 맛집으로 유명하게 해준 노래입니다. 바로 오 보이.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, 날 비추는 빛. Oh boy, 모든 이 눈빛. Oh boy, 넌 너무 눈이 부셔. Hey.
Oh boy, 귓가에 살며시. Oh boy, 달콤한 목소리. Oh boy, 잠든 날 깨워준 넌.
배운 적 없었던 말로 입으려고 오직 널 담으려 감은 눈을 뜨고
나조차 정말 몰랐던 널 발견한 거야.
꿈을 그려와 세상 그간을 찾아와 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 또 말없이 다가와 숨어는 미소만 넌 내게 깜짝 난 눈만 깜빡 입술 닿듯이
Melody choices. It's crazy.
내 안으로 새로운 계절이 불어와 Oh boy Oh boy Oh boy Oh
쳐다보는데 예림아.
예림아. 이따 말해준대.
누구야 아까 날 보고 웃던 걸. 비밀은 없잖아 우리 사이 best friend. 나도 그러잖아. 요즘 매일 날 설레게 하는 새로운 얼굴이 우리의 세계주의 돌고 있는 사건.
내 좋은 친구들 다 알아. 지금 나 얼마나 솔직한 건지 아닌지.
One, two, three, 네 맘을 말해봐.
여기선 곤란해.
Meet me in the ladies room. 터뜨리자 샴페인 비가 내리게. We like to party 오늘 이 밤이 우리 함께라도 재밌어. How would you? 같이 가는 거야. 할 얘기가 너무 많아. We like to party 우리의 밤이 우우우우우우우. Ladies, ladies. 나 지금 괜찮은 거니? 나를 좋아하나 봐. Ladies, ladies.
I can jive out to this. I love it. I don't care that it's called Ladies Room. I'll jive out to that. And let's be real. Let's be real. The song "Man, I Feel Like a Woman." I can jive out to that as well. It's a damn good song.
이제 꽃가루를 날려볼까요?
I'm not afraid. Interesting sample to use. That's so interesting. Okay, sorry. I just want to pause there because that's a really interesting use of that sample there. Because usually when you sample a song, you use the whole section that you were sampling, right? And they didn't. They cut little bits of that sample to suit what they were doing. I need to hear that again.
여러분, 우리 이제 꽃가루를 날려볼까요?
There's like beats that are missing. Interesting. I've never heard someone use a sample like that.
작은 소란을 또 일으켜. This is gonna be a crazy night. 등장부터 인사까지 파격적이게 우리 살짝 놀아볼까 솔직하게 bye-bye.
Okay. Something that I've realized up until this point, I haven't really spoke much on her voice, to be honest. And that's another voice that I can listen to for hours. There is something so wonderful about that tone. Like, there's nothing harsh to it. There's nothing intrusive. It is just wonderful. Like, that genuinely is a voice you could listen to for hours upon hours and hours and hours and hours. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Just effortless, like, effortless vocal work. Control's brilliant. Wonderful. Wonderful.
와우! 대망의 저희 신곡 Chill Kill 들려드릴게요.
어디서 왔니 호련해 고요했던 세상의 cry
Chill Kill의 등장 마치 뿜뿜 그 자리 탐에 미쳤어 달콤해진 오류 불안전해 참이 뭐가 겁났겠어
Wonderful.
Always and forever 너무 쉬운 넌 내 거라 맘대로 껴안고 멋대로 보냈어 다시 네가 보고 싶어 죽도록 후회하자
맞춰 내게 어울리는 perfect song
다시 널 붙잡을 수 있을까
Don't think about tomorrow 넌 여전히 반짝여 변할 거야 이제서야 눈물이 흘러 얼음을 녹여 Why don't you kill I know you will Bring me lightning like a winner 여기서 널 기다려 happy ending으로 Why don't you kill 긴 밤 등대를 켜 네가 길을 지어
I'm here
혹독한 밤이라 온 세상을 숨죽여 날 잘못 길들여 나밖에 몰랐지 왜 그리 잘했니 내가
Together 자꾸 멀리 멀리 도망치며 미워한
Hang on, I've got a phone call. I need to take this. I won't be a moment. Gotta love that. That's a call I've been waiting on for quite some time, and we kept missing each other. They would call me, I would call them, just kept missing each other, right? And then I'm in the middle of recording. and then the call comes through now. Anyway, let's keep going.
다고 외쳐 그 말의 끝에 망설였잖아 눈을 맞춰줬잖아
거칠고서 tonight's where young 차갑던 밤을 대자
과감하니 달라졌지 내가 되고 변했지
널 한 번 더 안을 수 있을까
Don't think about tomorrow 넌 여전히 반짝여
변할 거야 이제서야 눈물이 흘러 얼음을 녹여 Why don't you kill
Hang on, I need to go back here. Reason is, again, this song is reminding me of something, and there was a change there. There was a change in the song that reminded me of another change in another song, and I'm trying to remember what it
과감하니
was.
달라졌지 내가 되고 변했지
널 한 번 더 안을 수 있을까
Don't think about tomorrow 넌 여전히 반짝여
변할 거야
And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love we make. Beatles. It's the Beatles.
이제서야
Oh, just to clarify too, all of these comparisons, I'm not saying that they're ripping anything off. It's just how my brain works. It's very interesting.
눈물이 흘러 얼음을 녹여 Why don't you kill I know you will Bring me lightning like a winner 여기서 널 기다려 happy ending으로 Why don't you kill Say now are you ready
You ready?
Say now are you ready
너 때문에
울지 않아 너 때문에 웃을 수밖에 없던 거야
What was that run? I've just hit my microphone again. What was that run, girl? That was insane.
Say now are you ready
너 때문에
울지 않아 너 때문에 웃을 수밖에 없던 거야
Damn!
오랜 집에 태는 거이 처음으로 너의 용기만 필요해
Until the end of time
Don't think about tomorrow 넌 끝없이 반짝여 변할 거야 이제서야 눈물이 흘러 그 얼음을 녹여 Don't think about tomorrow oh yeah Forget about your sorrow 변할 거야 너는 날 못 떠나 눈물이 흘러 그 얼음을
Why don't you
녹여
kill I know you will
Bring me lightning like a winner 변할 거야 난 이제야
Wonderful.
저희가 킬링 보이스에서 제일 오래 한 아티스트래요.
저희가 하고 싶었던 곡들이 너무 많아가지고
네, 이렇게 부를 수 있게 해주신 킬링 보이스 너무너무 감사드리고요. 저희 레드벨벳 7킬 많이 많이 사랑해주세요.
감사합니다.
너무 감사합니다.
그럼 지금까지
레드벨벳이었습니다.
안녕.
Okay, something I want to point out before I go to final thoughts. The way that they speak, right, is very musical. Okay, when they all say what they say in unison here is usually a good indicator, right, of what condition their voice is in, because it is again very sing-song. It's sometimes a detriment to some performers, and I'll explain why. Because it is just speaking, a lot of people don't think of it the same as when they're singing, right? And then because of the way that they go about it, it tends to show if there is fatigue, if the voice is tired. But
많이 많이 사랑해주세요.
감사합니다.
너무 감사합니다.
그럼 지금까지
레드벨벳이었습니다.
I don't think any of them were. It is very easy to tell when somebody is tired when they do something like when a group does something like that. So that's very interesting. Let's go to final thoughts. Wow, okay, so day 3 of the Killing Voice videos under wraps now, and we looked at Red Velvet. I had to double check them because my memory is very, very bad. I am so pleased with that. Their voices are insane. Something that I was a little bit worried about going into this week, right, was... And it's funny, because I had the idea to do it. Nobody convinced me. Nobody asked me to do a Killing Voice week. I just genuinely wanted to do it. But then the thought occurred to me that maybe I'm getting into a week of really listening to just the same thing over and over again. And I'm very glad that what I've noticed so far is that that's absolutely not the case. Every group so far has been incredibly different. We had Big Mama for day 1. We had NCT Dream for day 2. And then these guys for day 3. And something that I'm noticing, right, while sure, their styles may be very similar in the way that they execute them, each group definitely has something the others don't. There is something that there's something that each group excels in that the others don't. And in this group, all I can say, I've got one word that they excel in. Control. And that is crazy to say. Because not only in terms of the notes that they're hitting, the runs that they are doing, even to the point where they're controlling their vibrato and all of that, and maintaining such a beautiful a set of harmonies throughout the entirety of that. Control is where it's at for those girls. They did a phenomenal job, and that was wonderful. Seriously. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe, do all that sort of thing, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what we did here today, for as little as $3 Australian per month, you can join us over on Patreon and become one of our tiered members and join the wonderful list of people here. If you're into gaming, I also have a gaming channel that I have recently gotten back into, and also on this splash screen you might see something a little bit interesting. More news on that coming soon.